Mexican Jay visited our campsite on a gray day, blessing us with its transcendent colors. The light was flat, the trail not so much. According to myth, conquistadors found silver in these mountains and enslaved the local Chisos people to mine it. The Chisos rebelled, killed the Spanish, and sealed the mine to prevent future exploitation. It's just a myth. A 500 million years of sedimentation, metamorphosis, tectonic uplift, volcanism, and erosion by wind and water is all it took to create this sacred landscape. It's just as easy as that. Agave lechugia only grows in the Chihuahuan Desert. It often forms colonies, spreading underground. Though it may live for decades, it flowers only once, sending up tall, sturdy stalks. It dies soon after flowering. We can thank FDR's Great Depression-era Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC, for this and other beautifully engineered trails in this national park. Through sheer dumb luck, we chose, like Goldilocks, to schedule the week here in between freezing temperatures last week and high heat next week. The final approach to the true summit involves Class 4 climbing, and that's not on our dance card this trip. I don't know how common undercast is in these parts, but you had to love the illusion an ancient sea had returned, creating a Texan archipelago. no doubt surmised, this trip was primarily about the hiking. But we also took time for cultural pursuits. Perhaps you recognize this famous art installation on the Jeff Davis Highway just outside Valentine. Or this now controversial sculpture by artist Matt Johnson a little further up the road. I'll bet that if you know just one thing about the small town of Marfa, it has to do with its mysterious lights. These are real lights and real sightings, but their origin? Well, we could have a lot of fun with that question, couldn't we? I like Marfa. I like it a hell of a lot. You find the bones of a lot of places in Texas and elsewhere so conservative they just dried up and died when times changed. And some places so progressive they induce whiplash. I like places like Marfa that seem to have found a dynamic balance, old and new coexisting, not exactly at rest with one another, but also not at war. A lesson for our times. I don't know. Must be a danged important pole to be so well defended. In 1835, President Santa Anna tore up the 1824 Mexican Constitution, effectively assigning ultimate state power to himself. Several large regions of the country depicted here in orange rebelled, another uncivil civil war. In this building, a little south of Houston, one of the breakaway regions declared itself the Republic of Texas. But let's not overly romanticize the Texas struggle for independence. Mexico had outlawed slavery in 1829, alienating the plantation owners of eastern Texas in particular. The struggle for independence was only independence for some. The USA recognized the Republic of Texas in 1836, along with Belgium, France, Great Britain, Netherlands, and the breakaway Mexican Republic of Yucatan. In late 1845, the USA annexed the Republic of Texas, simultaneously admitting it as its 28th state, a slave state. And this is how we got the Mexican-American War. On a very remote portion of the Mexican border, a man named Langford opened a spa exploiting nearby hot spring. Posted signs here for thousands of years. I can't say if this is a Mexican horse on its own side of the Rio Grande or an American horse violating the border. Yes, of course. It was a temptation to swim over to the Mexican side of the Rio Grande. I won't lie to you. Anyway, we've all brought our passports, planning in the next day or two to cross over legally at an official port of entry. I challenge you to find more diligent and hard-working public employees than this Park Service trail crew. Stabilizing a slabbing trail by building a wall, ironically. Shortly after this hike, back in a regime of cell phone coverage, I learned that by U.S. presidential decree, the borders with Canada and Mexico had been shuttered, effective immediately. In 1788, Robert Burns documented the lyrics of an old Scottish folk song. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? Old lang syne, the old times in modern words. After posing the general question, the lyrics reference a particular acquaintance, an old friend, a complicated relationship apparently. We too have paddled in the stream from morning sun till dying, but seas between us broad have roared since Old Lang Syne. In late 1910, popular opposition to the oppressive and doddering regime of Mexican President Diaz ignited 10 years of bloody revolution. It is estimated that somewhere between 1.7 and 2.6 million Mexicans died during the Civil War. In 1916, responding to banditry in the area, the U.S. established a cavalry post a few hundred yards from the border. When Mexico restabilized after the revolution, the property passed into private hands. The barracks became a trading post known as Harmonia, in recognition of the interdependency of people on both sides of the border who regularly crossed the river to trade, to grow cotton, and to socialize. The property reverted to the U.S. government in 1961. Border crossings between the U.S. and the nearby village of Santa Elena, Mexico, remained a casual matter until one very sad day in 2001.
Fire crews are descending on this area. It does not appear that there's any kind of an effort up there yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Mexico, of course, had absolutely nothing to do with 9/11. But in America, a not unreasonable mood to circle the wagons assured that border crossings would never be a casual matter again. The local temperature was 110 degrees. The winds were vicious. No one protested when Mexican firefighters crossed the Rio Grande to join the fight. Despite the international assistance for Castellon, the situation proved hopeless. I'd like to offer you a challenge. This image, remarkably, was casually shot on an iPhone, a handheld time exposure under very windy conditions. Bring the right gear and you could do much, much better than this. the secret knowledge of water, Craig Childs wrote, "The desert surface is carved into canyons, arroyos, canoncitos, ravines, narrows, washes, and chasms. The anatomy of this place has no other profession but the moving of water." I may quibble. The only profession? Certainly this is no place to be in a flash flood. Yet I wonder if, in the wildest imagination, a conventional canyon such as this might almost double as an organic cathedral, a sacred space. In this region, this is called a pour-off, where a deepening canyon suddenly becomes, in several senses, precipitous. Cinnabar. Crystals of mercury sulfide, the chief source of quicksilver, also known as mercury. One of the more useful, beautiful, and toxic elements. In the late 1800s, the town of Terlingua was founded to mine cinnabar, heat the ore in gigantic furnaces, drive off the mercury as a vapor, and condense the vapor to produce this odd metal. A few people got very rich. Many others grew old quickly in the mines. And when the veins gave out, Terlingua began devolving into just another ghost town. But then, the quirky people, the true nonconformers and rugged individualists and dreamers and outcasts, the gentle scofflaws, adopted this place, took it over, and remade it in their own image.
for the rain. I'll dance as it comes down. I'll drink like dirt. Lord, it's been a while since my head been underwater. It seems like this cascade has always been falling. Rising all around, carrying us within its flood, and blood intentions, whispers like love, till my head is underwater. Your dreams, I'll chase you all around this town. Won't say I'm sorry for the rain, and I'll dance as it comes down. I'll drink like dirt. Lord, it's been a while since my head